I think, being around him, hearing the guys around him, I mean, his work ethic, his drive to win. I think the easiest thing to see, with him is his talent. And that's on all aspects. The way he runs, the way he moves, the way he can hit for power, hit all directions. The work ethic, seeing him consistently improve in a lot of areas of the game, certainly defensively, and then the way he plays the game with just such a fun spirit. The way his teammates view him, the way he treats other people. I think like all those factors, and then obviously couldn't be any more excited, and look forward to talking more detail about it a little bit later on. But there's great excitement around here.
Yeah, we talk about some of the other names that have changed their sports, the Michael Jordans and the Tiger Woods and Wayne Gretzky in hockey. Is he on pace to be one of those transcendent type players that can really change and impact the game the way some of those other athletes have in their sports?
We certainly think that's a yes. That's a definite. Like I said, I think the talent's undeniable, and then the more you're around him, the organization, the scouts, the minor league guys, the major league coaches, his teammates, we keep it's just a consistent theme. His drive to win, his drive to improve. You look up and he's video in the Dominican. He's still wanting to play ball. He's working. He knows that there's areas that he wants to attack, and he continues to attack and work on. And those are some of the things that some of those guys that you mentioned, whether it's Jordan and watching The Last Dance and things like that, there's hopefully some very common themes there. Yeah. Well, you talk a little bit about the confidence in him, and I think he's surrounded himself with very very good people. I think in the organization itself, I think he's got a lot of people certainly in his corner, and certainly there to help out. I'd say his foundation and everything. I think it certainly helps having a mother and father, and the father senior, being in the game and sharing his experiences and growing up that way. I think that's crucial as far as, being around players in the past. There's, he's certainly his own person, but he reminds me a lot of when he's on the field, of my time around Adrian Beltre, and the way Adrian enjoyed the game. He enjoyed his teammates, and even though he was serious and competitive, he had ability to smile, laugh, goof around, have fun, and then lock it in when it came time to compete pitch to pitch. So those would be some of the comparisons that I've seen.
Changing gears just for a moment, official announcement that Mark Melancon has signed with you guys. What do you see him being able to contribute to this ball club? I know yesterday you'd mentioned that the closer role was sort of open at this point. Is he a candidate for that? And how else might he be an influence on this ball club?
Yeah, he's certainly a candidate for that, as is some other guys that we have here in camp. But what he brings is a lot of success. He has closed out a lot of games. He's a trustworthy guy, and he's driven to win, and he wants an opportunity to play in playoff baseball. And so for him to be able to share his experience and continue to perform at a high level, he seems, just in brief conversation and being around him, he's got a growth mindset. He hasn't stopped learning from this game through, the 12 plus years that he's been in. And he's interested in sharing some of that, but most importantly, he loves to show up, to work, and to compete.
Hey, Jayce. The old narrative about the Padres used to be they could not sign a $300 million player in Manny Machado. They couldn't do what they did at the trade deadline. They absolutely couldn't, in an offseason, get a Blake Snell at the same time they got a Yu Darvish. As this narrative kind of continues to be shredded by the moves in the front office, what kind of ripple does that send through your clubhouse?
I think it just sets the tone for what our goal is and what's in front of us. And so certainly with ownership and the front office being able to make the moves, we've got a lot of belief in the group that we have in that clubhouse, in the team that we're going to put on the field. So I think it's easy to look up. We talked about it, a little bit, this morning. It's easy to look up and read headlines or look at things from a certain point of view on paper. The reality is once we get out, that means nothing. What matters to us is the way we prepare, the way we work, and ultimately, how we play. So. But from an overall, message, I think, our guys are extremely motivated, and they look, to the left, they look to the right, and they've got guys that they believe in and guys that we believe that we can win baseball games with, surrounded them.
Hi, Jayce. Where do you see yourself in 14 years? And what was your initial reaction when the length of the contract came out?
What was my initial, reaction? I'll probably get into that, at greater detail a little bit more later, but just pure excitement and happiness on a lot of fronts. And I'd feel more comfortable addressing it, a little bit later as soon as everything gets, buttoned up and tightened up and, get it across, the finish line there. So I'd love to address that then.
And if I could ask on his Gatorade commercial about the unwritten rules, what was your reaction to that when you consider, I would imagine, the moment that evolved from against the Texas Rangers?
I think it's great. I think it's great for him and being able to, whether it's, the Gatorade or the Adidas. And I think he's the right guy to market the sport. I think he's the right guy to for just the industry of baseball. We need to market our guys, and there's certainly guys in the league that are great, and I think he's one of them with the look, the energy, the play, the drive to win. Being young and talented and still wanting to grow. I think that they've done a good job of identifying him as of some other players in the league. And I think overall that's what baseball needs.
Thank you.
Do you expect Nola to play at other positions this year?
Well, we know he's capable of it. What to exactly expect. We don't know how it's going to shape up, but I do know he is going to, once camp gets going, he is going to take some ground balls, probably more on the right side than the left side, whether that's second, first base, knowing that he's got the ability to go to short and go to third. I think it's good for just overall team options and team flexibility. And I think it's good for him as well, converting from being a catcher and, with him being a middle infielder in the past, we want to keep those same athletic skills. And I'll say the same thing on Caratini, who played third base in junior college. We think it's important he gets some ground balls at the corners, whether that's third and first, and remains light on his feet and athletic. That's one thing that we really like about our team is the athletic ability overall, but certainly the athletic ability from some of our catchers. Yeah, I know he's mentioned that in the past to us as well, and I think too, with 2020 and just the craziness that happened, whether that was the shutdown from spring training and then the COVID camps and then a lot of restrictions. I think in a way, it was tough to kind of get together. So I do feel that he's gone out of his way and wants to connect and build relationships and get to know his teammates. And he's also shared that he's learned a lot over the years, and he's open to sharing some of that information to maybe some of the young pitchers that are interested in that information as well. So he's been great so far, and I look forward to him just continuing to open up, get comfortable, and build relationships with the players and the staff.
Where's Jose Castillo at?
He threw yesterday, and we are expecting him to be, full go, not only through the full camp, but that's certainly for the start of camp. So he has no limitations right now.
Given what he's done in his, very, kind of start and stop career, what can he bring to your bullpen?
Well, he's so unique because he's left-handed when he's healthy and when he's right. It's mid to upper 90s, and in my opinion, he's got one of the best left-handed sliders in the game. So I think he's got the ability to not only be very good against left-handed hitters. I think he's got the arsenal and the weapons to be very good against right-handed hitters as well. And so he needs to catch some breaks. He needs some good health, on his side. What he's missing is consistency.